What's up, everybody? Welcome back to On the Warpath. It's Sanchez405. If you're new, make sure you click that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notifications anytime there's new content posted. And as always, like, comment, share this video out because we're talking Washington football team news all the time. And woo-wee, boys and girls, the Washington football team, ugly, close loss to the Los Angeles Chargers here in Week 1, 20-16. And where do we start? We'll start at the top. The defense was disappointing, to say the least. It was baby back bull. And we'll talk about the money down to start this. 14 of 19. That's what they gave up on third. That's what we gave up on third down here. Converting 27 first downs did the Chargers on offense. Only one of them was earned by penalty. So they did it the hard way. Justin Herbert, no sophomore slump for this young man. 31 of 47 for 337 and a touchdown. Did get to him, had a couple of sacks. Sweat and Allen had one. Also an interception by William Jackson III. More on that in a moment, that interception there. But the Chargers out-muscled Washington from the start, starting out the game, 10 plays, 75 yards, and walked downfield. Thought it was a feeling out process, but there were no answers. There were absolutely no answers for this offensive attack by the Chargers. Chargers, they wanted it more. Washington, we look at it, of course, we saw that we lost Ryan Fitzpatrick. He had the hip injury early on. In that second quarter, Taylor Heinicke had to come out there. And then you look at this as well. Ryan Fitzpatrick was a feeling out process for him. He was 3 of 6 for 13 yards, but wasn't targeting Terry McLaurin. McLaurin was the leading receiver, but all 4 of his targets and receptions came from Taylor Heinicke. Now, a lot of people were saying that I was not one of them, that maybe Taylor Heinicke could be the starter. We're going to get an opportunity, most likely with a short week going into the Giants game here. Also, you looked at the 1-2 combination of Ekeler and Roundtree. They had a couple of good jives there on by the Chargers, but you know it is what it is in that respect. But enough gloating about the Chargers. It's about this team. Taylor Heinicke, I thought he came out there cold, picked up where he left off. In the playoff game. Looked really well, I thought, in times. He had that scramble, some ill-advised throws, but he looked good. He had the moxie. There wasn't the panic like I saw in the preseason game against Cincinnati that time. So Taylor looked good. I have to give it to him. Think we're going to see him on Thursday, depending on how Ryan feels. We'll get more of that throughout the week, though. Antonio Gibson, I think he helped cost this team. He was he had 20 attempts for 90 yards, fumbled the ball twice. One, after that William Jackson interception, he fumbles it on the very next play, sets the Chargers up at their 3. They go 3 plays on 46 seconds. Touchdown, gives them the go-ahead score, the game-winning score at that. And then Heinicke as well. Going back to Heinicke, threw a touchdown pass, to Logan Thomas, 11 yards, which gave Washington a 3-point advantage at that time. But I'm going to be honest with you, the offense seemed to flow a lot better with Taylor Heinicke. Now, we can say it's because he was cold off the bench and they didn't prepare. They prepared for Ryan Fitzpatrick. We'll see. But Heinicke did what he needed to do to maybe be considered for this job. And now there's most likely going to be, tomorrow, I can hear it on the radio, the fact that Washington has a quarterback controversy already. This is going to come, boys and girls. I know we don't want it to happen, but it's going to happen. This is Washington. Only 4 receivers caught passes for Washington, and that's supposed to be the strength of this offense are the wide receivers. McLaurin, 62 yards. He was only targeted 4 times. How can that happen? Cam Sims had a reception. Logan Thomas looked good as well. My goodness, it was very interesting to see how this offense operated, and it did not look good. I will also say that there were some issues with the play calling, but I thought Scott Turner, he could have did better, could have did worse. I think it was an okay game called by him. He did seem like he showed a commitment to the run. Very impressed. I was impressed with that point. But then you go on the defensive side of the ball when it comes to play calling. And it was abysmal to see Jack Del Rio looking like Joe Barry and looking like Greg Minuski and Jim Haslett and whoever else we had throughout this 3-4 defense situation that we were living through. I did not think it was impressive. A lot of zones. Benjamin St. Juice, he was getting worked on a lot of things. We did have that interception from William Jackson III. Kendall Fuller had a couple missed tackles. A lot of missed tackles, y'all. You can't have those. The linebackers, the weakest point of this defense. My guy, John Bostic, looked bad. There was a lot of things, but now you've got a short week now. You have to have a short memory. Move on. It's to the Giants. You can't think about this because you're in a must-win situation because this season could snowball very quickly if you don't win this game against the Giants coming up on Thursday night in front of a nationally televised audience. You want to be the big boys, you're going to have to show that you are the big boys and you're coming out here to play. If you're not, hey, you can move on. We'll work on next season. But also, I think it's interesting to note as well what a quarterback can do for you. Justin Herbert, man, looked good. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there who said I would take Chase Young over. I would have took Herbert over Chase Young. No, you wouldn't have. That's just second guessing. A lot of people, unless it was the people who said it from the jump. If you're saying it now, just stop. But either way, Washington falls here, 20-16. This score could have been a lot worse. Defense did come up in some spots, but Brandon Staley, the rookie head coach, gets his first win against Ron Rivera. Also, let's shout out Sugarfoot Hopkins, 3 of 4. He did miss a 51-yard field goal, which was kind of weird in a sense. The fact that Washington had an opportunity to give him a closer one. He got pushed back 5 yards after a false start, and then they lost 2 yards, I believe, with De'Ami Brown on that. So that automatically pushed Washington back. So there's a lot to work on in this short week, y'all. But y'all tell me what you're thinking. Do you like it? But what did you like? I know you don't like the wins. If you're a Washington fan, you don't like this loss. But did you like? What did you see that you liked? What did you see that you didn't like? Because there's a lot of negatives, and there are some positives to pull from this game as well. But it's on to the next one. Close this chapter. The Chargers, that's done. You've got 16 more games to go. This season's not over. Like, sit down, buckle up. We're in for a long haul. And I think this was just getting used to it. Hopefully, if not, it will be a long season. And shout out to Taylor Heineke and what he did today. Hopefully we see a little bit more out of him if Fitz can't go. As always, I'm Sanchez405. Appreciate everything y'all are doing to help this channel grow. As always, don't forget, y'all, to slap a table. Keep that same energy, and we'll outlast the bastards together. I'm Sanchez405. Till the next time, love, peace, and hail. I'm out, y'all.